Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Amira from Fayza Arabic Centre, and we are here today to look at the Idafa structure, al-mudaf wal-mudaf ilayh, or Idafa structure. And this is one of the most important structures in the Arabic language. It is used to say that something belongs to the other. The first word usually belongs to the second word. So it's a kind of possessiveness structure. It is equivalent to the apostrophe S structure or the of structure in English, which do not exist in the Arabic language. Now, at least this structure has to compose or to form of two words, but it can form of more than two words, but at least we have to have two nouns. Like the ones that we have here. So let us quickly have a look at the examples that we have here. So qalam al-walad, that is the pen of the boy. Sayyarat al-mudarris, the car of the teacher. Surat fata, the picture of a girl, or a picture of a girl. Kutub al-muhandisain, the books of the two engineers. أكواب المهندسين, the cups of the engineers. سيارة المصنع, that is the two cars of the factory. مهندسو المصنع, that is the engineers of the factory. Now, as you can see in all these examples, the first word belongs to the second word. So qalam al-walad, it's the pen of the boy, and so on and so forth. Also, I have not added full stop at the end of any of those examples because these are not sentences. These are phrases. So when I said Sayyarat al-Mudarris, I haven't said anything about the cars of the car of the teacher yet. I'm starting where it's a phrase, just a phrase in the middle of the sentence, at the beginning of the sentence, but it doesn't say a full sentence, a full piece of information yet. So having two words here, the first word is called mudaf, as we can see in the first yellow circle. All the yellow circles are dealing with the first word, and all the pink circles are dealing with the rules that it has to do with the second or the last word. So the first word, as we have said, is called mudaf. And the literal meaning of this word in Arabic means something that is being added to another. And this is why, of course, it has been called mudaf, because it is being added to the second word. The second yellow circle is talking about the fact that the first word would never accept alif lam at the beginning. I would never start the first word of Idafa structure with alif lam. And the reason for this is that we have already made the first word definite by adding it to the second word. So when I say qalam al-walad, I'm not talking about any pen. I'm talking about the pen that belongs to the boy. So the pen, despite the fact that it does not start with alif lam, it is definite. And we have seen in another video how how a word can be made definite by different ways. So alif lam is not the only way of making a word definite. So this is why the first word can never start with alif lam, because it is already definite and you cannot make a word definite twice. Now the third yellow circle is talking about the fact that, again, the first word can never end with tanween. We know that the tanween is a sign that can appear only at the end of an indefinite word, and we have just said that the first word is definitely all the time, regardless of anything. It is definite because it has been made definite by being added to the second word. And this means, again, that being definite, it cannot accept the tanween at the end, and this is why you can never add tanween at the end of the first word. Now, the fourth circle, the fourth yellow circle, here we're talking about what kind of case ending we should expect the first word to end with. Well, it depends on its position in the sentence, because I might be starting with qalam al-walad jameel. So qalam here is a mubtada. So it's going to start with it's going to end with a dhamma. قلم الولد جميل. So the point is, the first word, depending on its position, it could be nominative, it could be accusative or genitive in the sentence. It's going to have its ending depending on its position in the sentence. The fifth yellow circle is talking about what if the first word ends with ta marbuta. And this is very important here. If the first word ends with ta marbuta, I have to pronounce the ta marbuta very clearly as a regular ta. So I cannot say سيارة المهندس أو سيارة المدرس. This is wrong. It has to be سيارة المدرس. صورة فتاة. So the ta marbuta definitely has to be pronounced here if it comes at the end of the first word. And one of the things that will help you to remember this is the fact that the Idafa structure is one unit. You deal with it as one unit. So I cannot say سيارة المدرس because it's as if this is one thing has to be pronounced in one go. And one reason of this is that on the level of the meaning, I'm not talking about any car, any سيارة, any car, and I'm not talking about المدرس himself, the teacher. I'm talking about the car of the teacher. So they have, for you as a listener to recognize what I'm talking about, we have to have these two words together. And one of the things that we have to point out here is that one of the rules is that we cannot separate these two words with anything. So say, for example, we need to give an adjective to the first word. I would never be able to add it till the Idafa structure ends. So usually in Arabic, I know that the adjective has to come right after the word that it is describing. But in Idafa structure, the adjective has to wait till the whole structure ends and then it's going to appear. So if I would like to say that the car of the teacher is new, I would say سيارة المدرس جديدة. So جديدة, new, that talking about سيارة it has to come at the end. To be more accurate, if I want to be completely an adjective صفة, so سيارة المدرس الجديدة. So in that case, الجديدة coming only as an adjective صفة to سيارة, it has to wait till the whole structure ends and then it appears. Finally, the sixth yellow circle here has to do with what if the first word of this structure comes as dual or sound masculine plural, in which cases both of them are ending with a noon. Now, in that case, if the first word is a dual ending with a noon or a sound masculine plural ending again with a noon, then the noon has to be dropped. So in number 6, سيارتا المصنع. سيارتا is originally سيارتان, and it could be سيارتين. In both cases, the noon has to be dropped. So it's gonna be سيارتا المصنع or سيارتي المصنع. 7, مهندسو المصنع. Again, مهندسو is originally مهندسون, but the noon has to be, or مهندسين, by the way. So depending on the case ending, whether it's nominative or accusative or genitive, but in all those cases, the noon there at the end has to be dropped. So I would say مهندسو المصنع or مهندسي المصنع. All right, let us move on now to the rules that has to do with the second word or the last word if the structure is composed of more than two. So the first pink circle, the last word is called مضاف إليه. مضاف إليه, the meaning of this word in Arabic, it means that the thing that is being added to, which makes sense because we are adding to the second word. Okay, the second pink circle, the last word can start with alif lam. So it can or cannot start with alif lam depending on the meaning. So, for example, number 1, قلم الولد, the pen of the boy. But in number 3, صورة فتاة, a picture of a girl, of the picture of a girl. So the al can appear or not in at the beginning of the second word depending on its meaning. طيب, 3, the third pink circle. Now, talking about tanween, since the second word can have alif lam or not, then it also, and it can be definite or not, then it can have tanween or not depending on the fact whether it is definite or indefinite. And this is why in number 3 we have surah fatatin. So we have here tanween at the end, tanween kasra. While in number 1 and number 2 we have only kasra at the end of al-walad and mudarris, because now these two starts with alif lam. طيب, why kasra? This brings us to number 4. Now, this is a golden rule here that does not have any exception. It's not going to change ever, which is the second word, or if we're more accurate, the last word of Idafa structure has to be genitive all the time. Genitive means it's going to have a kasra if it is singular, or if it is if it's a broken plural, or if it's a sound feminine plural. But if it is dual, like number 4, kitab al-muhandisain, then it's going to be a ya noon. And in number 5, akwab al-muhandisin, if it's a sound masculine plural, then again it's going to be ya noon. So simply, it's going to be genitive case ending. How the word is going to express it's a genitive case ending depending on the type of the word itself, as we have explained in another video. That's everything. That is the most important basic things for the Idafa structure. If you need anything, please let us know, and send us all questions that you might have. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.